Justin Trudeau proclaimed in front of an international audience in Glasgow that he is going to put caps on the oil and gas industry in Canada. It's a cold country. And a lot of people from the West are saying, well, what are we going to do about this? Patrick Gossage knows a little bit about what to do about it because he was Pierre Elliott Trudeau's press secretary. And I'm not sure if you were there at the time during the NEP, the National Energy Program, but the West just about, wrote off and said enough with central Canada. I'm hearing the same thing. Another Trudeau, we're going to split Canada up again.
Well, I think Western alienation has been given, not a bad little pump by Trudeau, suggesting that the only way to, achieve our goals for carbon emissions and reduction is to cap the production of oil and gas in Alberta.
And yet they were incapable of doing anything with China.
This is a red flag. This is a red flag.
It's a huge red flag. So we are a cold nation, and natural gas is very clean burning. So why cap everything? Why is it this holus bolus thing? And in other words, it's like screw the West.
Well, I think it's certainly going to contribute to a lot of Western alienation. And the only slight light on the horizon is when I was with Trudeau, it was Mr. Lougheed was Prime Minister of, or at least Premier of Alberta, and he was extremely popular and very sensible. And, and we got over the National Energy Program. Whereas Jason Kenney, I think, is just going to rile up his base in a way that we can't even imagine now over this latest.
So are you saying that the threat of separation is even greater?
Well, I think he's going to rile up his base in a way that we can't even imagine at this point. And
so how should the federal government respond?
Well, I think it's all about transition, right? And this is the magic word. And I think if Trudeau is smart enough and is willing to put in enough resources, he could put forward a viable transition plan that's going to look after what's clearly in the works, and that is that there's going to be a big reduction in the use of fossil fuels. That's going to happen. And, the West has to deal with it. Cap or no cap. Cap or no cap.
Well, exactly, because somebody going from job to job still has to drive, no matter what.
That's right.
And they are just getting hit and hammered on the price of gas and gasoline. And our country is virtually bankrupt. We don't have the money to pay for more programs to help people reinvest.
Well, I think essentially, Trudeau's going to have to show a real generosity towards the people who are going to be displaced, whether there's a cap or not. And I think that's just reality. And the big companies, the big gas and oil companies know it, and they're facing it. And the big companies in Canada know about climate change and are making adjustments. And the adjustments are going to be expensive, let's face it.
Scary. Patrick Gossage, thank you. 3 minutes. The hallmark of a free society is independent press. And in Canada, increasingly, we don't have an independent press when the PMO pays many outlets to say what they say. This station is independent, it's free, and if you can contribute, please do so, because we want to stay on the air. We have people on this show who analyze the situation and provide facts that otherwise you would get in the press. So thank you, subscribe, you can contribute.